Put your head on my.
Alright, we on. Cool. Hopefully, I think I'm in it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm in it. It's getting right to right here. Okay. So I know I'm in it. Cool. Dope. Alright. Let me see how I should start this off. First of all, what's up, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So, this is a Coffee First podcast. We are at Denver Art Society, and Pourage got his own section here. If y'all don't see it, peep it real quick. I know y'all can only see it a little bit, but you'll see more soon. So on this Coffee First podcast, we got Pourage Art back on here.
How you feeling, bro? Chilling, bro. Beautiful day. Showing my art off. You're good people. Me and you at Beats Bodega. Like, all good vibes, bro.
RIP Beats Bodega.
I know.
I ain't gonna cap. I just had Ryan on here talking about it a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was pretty fun. It was a nice conversation.
That's what's
They gave me some ideas to do on different ideas to do with this podcast and stuff. So
that's what's
it was a cool talk that we had. That part was off camera, but
okay.
Yeah.
Ryan's good people.
Yeah. I'm a miss Beats Bodega. I ain't gonna cap.
I know, man. Hopefully something else, but
how long you been in here? I seen this at 3 weeks ago. I don't know, art walk that I went to.
I think I got in during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So when everything happened in March 2020, kind of shit hit the fan. The main gallery that I'm in now, again, because they reopened, but the main gallery, the VFW, right down the block, they closed. And that was my main source of income, and the first gallery I ever got in. And I was learning the art business slowly through being in that place. But then the pandemic happened, and I was like, well, I need to constantly be in a gallery of some kind and constantly growing and moving to just continue to grow and have my stuff out there that people could see my art, have a place to check my art out and buy it. So my place closed, and then I just hit Santa Fe, and I was like, what galleries are open? Because everything shut down, and then they had a thing where only no more than 6 people could be in a place at the time. All that
where
stuff.
They had limits on people and how they could. It has to be limited.
And the masks and all that. So I just hit Santa Fe, and I saw this place still seemed to be just operating normally, and then there was another gallery down the block, Grace Gallery. And so I just went to both of those. I was like, hey, are you guys still open during all this? So yeah, we're not stopping. There's not too many galleries around here that are open. A lot of galleries had to shut down permanently from that. They just couldn't take the hit and not having any traffic. But this place had 70 something or maybe 80 something artists in it at the time. And not too many people would come. And First Fridays went away for a year. A whole year and a half maybe, and then.
But they were still getting traction. They were still getting people, huh?
Yeah, 100%. So we have one this Friday is First Friday. Hopefully the weather's decent, but on a good First Friday we get 15 to 20,000 people come to Santa Fe, and in the galleries we'll get anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 people. So even out of all the crazy events that I do and super active. First Friday is always the biggest moneymaker of the month, So I have to be in First Friday some way, somehow be in a gallery First Friday, or there's some months where I might be out for the month. So then I'll get on First Friday, I'll get a booth or a kiosk somewhere on Santa Fe just to make sure I'm a part of it in the mix in some way.
Yeah.
Just there's too many
people.
Be
a lot of people on First Friday too.
Yeah.
Them streets be packed. I was out here one time podcasting just for the fun of it, but it was a fun experience that I had, and I was like, ooh, but I wasn't going to use any of that footage because I didn't like it. I mean,
really?
It was just bad footage.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad time with bad questions, but the footage was bad.
Yeah.
If I had B-roll on it probably was better.
It happens, bro. It happens.
Before I continue, this camera right here, shout out who you are, where we at, where you can find you, and I'm gonna look at that painting real quick.
All right. So my name is Pourage Art. Pourage like the oatmeal. POURAGE_art is my handle. I'm an artist from Denver. I'm really a hip hop head at heart that's just creating art that I want to see hanging in my place. And I think I stick along the lines of stuff that I love to do, but what I think people will respond to as well. So artists that speak to me, and I think that people will appreciate, and I try to do them in a specific way that like connects to people and just like connects to a human experience. I'm told that I'm a fine artist because a lot of these paintings take anywhere from 4 to 6 months, but I just work on them meticulously till I can get them the best that I can. Right now we're in the Denver Art Society on Santa Fe in the art district in Denver. This is like kind of my bread and butter. This is my old stomping grounds that I started my first galleries back in 2018. That I learned everything about the art business, and that's allowed me to grow and flourish into what Pourage Art is becoming today.
Heck yeah. Is that where the inspiration started? Where did the inspiration start to become Pourage Art?
It really started since I was a kid. So like my uncles were artists. My Uncle Joe, he did like candles. He was artistic and creative, but he didn't, he did candles and like sculptor type stuff. But my Uncle Manny was a legit artist that he made a living doing portraits and caricatures of tourists in Old San Juan, Puerto Rico. So I'm Puerto Rican. And we would go to Puerto Rico every year, a couple times a year. And he would just sit there, and there's one main specific spot in Old San Juan that he would sit with his easel. He did pastels, like pastels and charcoal, and he would just catch, it was right around this area where a lot of the cruise ships would dock. So he would get like a whole flood of tourists coming through. And every time I went, he would have like a line of 3-4 people waiting to get their portrait done. It would take him maybe like 30-45 minutes. Back then in the 90s, I think it was like $75 or so for a portrait for him to get it done real quick in 30-40 minutes. Dang. It'd be like spot on, and he just made his bread that way. And then when I would visit him, he'd be busy working on people, but he'd give me a notepad and then a piece of chalk or a pastel or a pencil, whatever, and have me sit there on the stoop or on the bench and say, look at that tree, draw that tree. When you're finished, turn the page and draw it again, or draw that pigeon. And when you're finished, turn the page, draw it again. Just teaching me repetition over time. And like I forgot those lessons that he gave me for many years until I just got into the galleries and was really trying to just like hone in and find kind of my groove and my flow. And I'm like, shit, Uncle Manny used to give me lessons. And I'm like, oh yeah, he would sit there and just like, as a kid, I didn't understand why he'd want me to draw the same thing over and over and over again.
But as you grew up, it was like, oh, I see why.
Yeah. And now I know, and now I do. Like even when I'm going to work on a painting, I sketch it first just to kind of familiarize myself with it a little bit. And then I go to the canvas with a better, like fresher set of eyes and understanding.
Okay.
It just gives you a better understanding.
You just don't start with the canvas and be like, all right, cool.
Right. I mean, depending on how important and how serious I want it to be, or if it's like a portrait of somebody, I need it to be on point and eyes, nose, mouth, everything kind of has like a ratio that a face consists of, that you want everything to be exactly where it's supposed to be. But like when I'm doing my animals, I could just kind of freestyle that and let it just happen. Well, when it's faces and it's one that I know is going to be like a banger and I want to do the best of my abilities on it, then yeah, I'll sketch it first and make sure it's locked in,
Where'd you get the name?
Pourage?
Yeah, how'd you get the name?
So, like I said, I'm a hip hop kid at heart. So back in the day in high school, we would have our little freestyle ciphers. And I was like I used to break dance, and I wanted, like once I learned about hip hop and like the 4 elements, I just wanted to master every element. So like I got like a little turntable set with a mixer and try to like DJ and got a bunch of vinyls. And I always rapped, I always wrote raps, I always freestyled. I break danced for a number of years. Always did my art as well, like messed around with graffiti a little bit. But we had our little freestyle cipher, and we all wanted to have some dope MC name. And the thing that would always happen is no matter where we were at around the neighborhood or taking the 83L, the RTD all the way down here to Denver or whatever we were doing, in our little crew, I was the only one that ever had like like Arizona iced tea or a water or something with me, some sort of beverage. I always had one with me because I knew it was gonna be a hot day, and the homies always wanted a sip of it. But I don't mess around with you putting your lips on my shit.
I don't waterfall that shit. Or I don't even like them when they do the whole fingertip, because then they fingers are all niggas just waterfall that shit. Or get a cup, like you can't.
Yeah, so I just didn't mess with that, but my friends
I
always
smoke with you, so
right.
It's different.
100%. 100%. Unless you're my girl, like you're not touching my shit.
You're not,
And so the thing was, I'm like, okay, you can have a sip, but you gotta pour it. So don't put your lips on it, just hold this shit up. If you get on yourself, that's your bad. And so pour it turned into porridge. So every time they would, hey, let me get a sip of that porridge, like that's the thing that would be said. And then my homeboy Colin, one of my best friends at the time, was like, that's it, MC porridge. You're always saying porridge, so porridge, like that's it. I'm like, all right, kind of different, but like, so that's what it was back then. Like I graduated 2004, so long ass time ago. And then as I started, like it kind of fell away and didn't really go by porridge for a long time, but started doing my art. I needed some sort of like dope handle that was just different, and porridge just fit, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. The porridge art.
Yeah.
That's a cool origin story.
And pour like.
MC porridge.
Yeah, MC porridge. And pour like paint is liquid, so it has like multiple meanings, you know? And a lot of my and my drip, like my drip paintings kind of symbolize it a little bit. Like pouring, like dripping and shit. So
drip. That's a hippo too. That's cold. That's cold. I got the pig cop one.
Oh yeah. You were my first respect, bro. You were my first sale at Beats Bodega.
Oh, for real?
Like the first of many.
Gang, geez, that's how. Let's go. Hey,
hell yeah.
Let's go. That's cold. See? Hell yeah. That's cool. I wish I could have been the last one too. Really, the end and the
I know.
Start in the beginning.
Right.
What you mean?
Hell yeah. But we got many more coming regardless, you know.
That's cool though, man. You had a crazy story. You had the first time you was on here at which one was it? I think it was at it was at Beats Bodega. That was the first time you were on here.
Yeah, the 715.
Yeah, the 715 Club. That's the one you was on here the first time.
Yeah, I think that was like my second or third Beats Bodega or something that I might have done. It was outside too. It was like summertime.
Something stuck with me when you saying that like all this was because you were battling addiction and stuff like that.
Yeah. And
this helped you get out. You came pretty far away from where you was talking about that one time. Like, you came a far away, man.
Thank you, bro.
That's dope. That's dope.
Thank you,
inspiring, bro. Honestly.
I tried. Like the main mission for all this is, of course, to like get my name out there, continue to turn this into. Like right now, I'm fortunate enough with all the events that I do that this is my main source of income. Yeah. And I mean, there's times when I have to like, if bills are tight, I gotta resort to some sort of side hustle. Yeah. But that's been a while since I've had to do that. I'm just staying continuous on this grind. I'm fortunate to have a circle of people around me that support and believe in my dream, which a lot of artists don't have. So my thing is, I'm doing this for those that don't have that push. And I come from a place that a lot of artists that are just kind of maybe like, don't have the means or the motivation or inspiration of somebody out there that speaks their language or understands where they come from. Because also depression and anxiety is a big thing I've struggled with too. So to like be that voice or that push for that dope artist out there that just needs that little bit of leverage to see like, oh look, someone that comes from exactly where I came from, that was at one time exactly where I am right now, that just said F it and threw everything at this art thing and is now out there in the world doing it because the world needs more art. There's people, unfortunately, a part of life is there's people out there that are suffering. There's a lot of ugly in the world, but I think the more artists and the more people that could just embrace their passions, maybe their family's not there to back them up or think like, you know, we want you to get a legitimate job and go to college or whatever, but they have something really dope that the world needs to see. Like it's for those people, just to give them a push to show them like,
spirit really helps.
yeah, like one of your kind is out here doing it. Like you need to do it. It's a grind, and it's difficult to get to a place where it's making consistent, legitimate income and you can pay your bills with it. But you know, the world needs more color. The world needs more dope music. The world needs more creators. The world needs more leaders. And I'm cut from a cloth that I think a lot of people resonate and speak to. And if I could be that push for just a handful of artists to get out there and do the damn thing, then I think my job is done.
Okay. You said leader. I ain't gonna cap. That made my mind go to this little thing I was reading. What I'm gonna ask you because I want your opinion. What's your difference between a captain and a leader?
A captain and a leader. I feel like a captain in his own right is a leader and steers the ship and calls all the shots. But I feel like that's a title. I feel like a leader is all encompassing and is like a trailblazer and doesn't necessarily have to fit in this, I don't know, system or fit within this, like, this is my title and this is the position I'm in. A leader could, you know, show his skill and show that he could be a leader in an endless amount of ways, you know. Okay.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. I just want, because I don't know, I looked it up maybe earlier this week around last week. And I was just thinking about it and I was like, what is the difference? And then I started like looking up the definition between leader and captain, and then I formed my own, but then I started like looking at other people's and like seeing other people's just to see like what's up.
Right.
I like getting different perspectives on stuff.
That's a good question.
That's cool.
That kind of like, I was like, well, what is the difference?
Right? Yeah. It's like cool. It could be the same thing, but they also are very, very different. You know? Right. So, yeah, it's cool.
100%.
So I had you on here talk about your morning routine before. I need you to say it again, and if y'all want to see it, I can go back to the first interview, which y'all should do on Instagram and YouTube at the Coffee First Podcast, everywhere. And what's your morning routine?
So my routine starts the night before. I feel like I got it. I don't remember like hearing it and then implementing it, but I heard this one really motivational dude that's killing it, Jesse Itzler. He was like a MTV like white boy rapper from the 90s, and now he runs all sorts of shit. He owns like an airlines, I believe. His wife is like she's like the creator of Spanx, like those pants for women. But he's very motivational. But I heard him say it later on, but it was something I was already implementing, where I start my days pretty much the night before. So every year, now I get off of Amazon, but for many years I get from Walmart. They have this big book. It's like a calendar, but each day has an entire page for the day. Instead of like you look at a regular calendar and there's the 30, 31 days in the month, and each day has its own little box. This is a big calendar that has a full page for every day. So it allows you to write whatever you need to in there. So I start my days from the night before. Like, what do I got going on tomorrow? Okay, I got the Copy First podcast at this time. I have to network a little bit at this time. I got to spend a little bit of time on my website. I got a couple things, like new paintings, a new product I got to put on the website. So this is like allows me to start my day from the night before, put everything in the time slot that it needs to be, and just takes all the guessing work out. Yeah. And that way, it allows you kind of to be ahead of everybody else, because everybody else is just like waking up and either has to go to work or has to take the kids to school or whatever. But you're kind of
planning their day that day. Like when you plan it the next, is writing helping you? Does writing help you out better?
Yeah. Like getting it out and on paper, it just makes it that much more definite. Yeah. And I can stick, and also just having it there. If there's any moment that I'll either put it, I write it in the book for sure, and then sometimes if it's like something I really need to be on my A4 for like an event day or whatever it is, I'll put it in my notes on my phone. But just having it in a place where there might be a moment I get kind of sidetracked with something and I just need to like get right back in it. Like, what do I got going? Oh, okay, yeah, I gotta talk to this person real quick, or I gotta head over to this place and take care of this or whatever.
Yeah.
And just like having it written down or in my phone just gives me like a thing I could stick to. And I think the goal is to really get the most out of your 24 that you can.
Bro, I wish there was 26 hours. Somebody said, I wish I could add 2 more hours to the day. I was like, you know how much I would treasure that? You could do that though. If you looked at what your day's like and saw that there may be a couple hours here or there that you're maybe not utilizing your time in the best way, then you can add that yourself. Yeah.
If you look at like, I'm from a family of successful businessmen, and my brothers are like, talking to them is, you know, they've been running businesses for like the last 20-30 years, so they always give me ideas, and just seeing this, how they see the world and how they operate. Most people that are like uber successful, number one, working out is like 100%. Because you realize when you take care of yourself and you feed yourself the proper way and you exercise and you put yourself through difficult things on a regular basis, and the rest of what you got going on is easy. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So then they usually wake up super early. I'm partially why I'm doing this too and working for myself is because I don't want to have to wake up at like 7, 8 in the morning every day and get to a 9 to 5. So I kind of run my own schedule. But like uber successful people wake up super early. They're usually up 4, 5, 6 a.m.
With the sun rising,
right? And get their workout in. So by the time, and also they're
when that sun up,
they have emails, they have businesses to run, they have people pulling them in multiple directions, like fires they have to constantly put out. So like uber successful people, by the time it's like 10, 11 a.m., they've got more stuff done in that little bit of amount of time than most people get done in an entire week.
Well, they get more stuff done while people are asleep or debating getting up. Right. In that time. Like, there's so much you can get done in the morning.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
100%.
I've been focusing more on that, like, along with, like, the lines of seeing how I do things each time, like, spend the day. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, my homegirl, she got me on, like, this little watch on how much I spend on Instagram and social media. So now every time I like get on social media, I like think about it and I hop right off and I'm like, all right, cool. Let me see what else I can do. Or
there you go.
Like that.
There you go.
And I believe, yes, working out is very important. If you don't eat right, if you don't work out and take care of yourself and your mental, how are you gonna be straight?
Right. For me, it's a must because, like I mentioned, depression and anxiety. Yeah. If I don't, the worst places, like I had a period where I really lost my shit and had to spend some time in a mental hospital. But during that time, I run on a regular, I've been running since I was like 15, 16 years old, just like long jogs, 3 to 6 miles a day. Like stay super consistent with it, but I had periods where I would step away from it, and that was my, I guess I could call it dark days, like when I was in the throes of my addiction. But like when I was at my worst, I wasn't taking care of myself, and I remember I was in this hole, and I was just like, I'm just not gonna pay attention. I'm just gonna eat whatever I want, all the pizza, all the burgers, all the fried shit, and I'm just not gonna. I just don't feel like waking up every day and busting my ass and busting a sweat. But I told myself I'm going to give myself a year of just like being a slob and just not taking care of myself. And I know I'll not enjoy being that way, and I'll get back to it and I'll tighten back up. But like I got to a really bad place.
That's cool how you use that. I use that too. That's really cool how you use that method. Isn't that shit crazy? You're gonna be like, all right, you know what? Have fun. Right. But when it's focusing up time, right. You're focusing up. And when it's time, you're like, you start earlier than expected. You're like, all right, I'll give you a year. Yeah. Did you really last that year?
No, I think it was much quicker. But like I told my family too. Like, yeah, I've always been like this health nut and always working out. But like, I was in a bad place. I just didn't care. I just kind of like cautioned. I'm like, I'm just gonna let myself just I'm just wallow. I should have just got out of it, but I was like, there's also something about like, I don't know if it's the artistic side of me. There's something about like when you're in a painful place, you kind of want to stay there for a little bit. You know what I mean? There's something about a dark,
it feels good because it's comforting in a way.
In a way, yeah. And it's a weird thing.
And
but
it's weird how it's comforting, but there's also comfort in that light side and success and health too.
Right.
It's just that dark side and that pain and doing it lazily and stuff.
Right.
It's you find the comfort easier.
Right.
Than actually working to get that better comfort.
Yeah. The other comfort, the good comfort, you got to put effort.
You got to put effort into
and
earning
energy and time. Yeah, you got to earn it. The other one's just like,
it's just there.
You just lean into it. I'm just going to let it all hang out.
It's just there.
And just like, enjoy not putting that effort in.
Yeah.
The bad part, that's also a dangerous place to be.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you're like, an addict. That year could have ended up turning into a fucking decade.
Yeah.
You know
but you trusted yourself.
Yeah.
You trust yourself. You're like, yeah, I'm not gonna go this far. Yeah, you got barriers. You trusted yourself.
It was when
like coming back from it. So
yeah,
and that's the good thing. That's like trusting yourself to know. All right, I know trying to stop this with you right now is going to hurt me more in the long run.
Right.
So have your fun, but I trust that you're not going to take it too far.
Right.
And then you just have your fun, and then it's like, all right, I'm done. And then you're just like, all right, let's get to it.
Get back to it. And just a day at a time after that point.
At that point, yeah.
The worst, when I realized I just needed to like cut that shit out and just like get back on my A game was my mom just, I'm appreciative for it because it kind of like snapped me out of it, but she started making fun of my double chin. I used to be big. I got pretty, I'm like 180 or so now.
I can't even imagine you with a double chin, bro. That's just crazy.
I was at like 240 or so.
That's crazy.
240. I was like 80 pounds heavier than I am now. Double chin, big old gut, man tits, like the whole shebang.
That's crazy.
I was a different person.
Oh my God.
I'll show you photos later.
So what's the mission? What's the main mission?
Kind of like what I said before, to do this, also collecting information and data to eventually maybe put together a program of some kind or a book or a blueprint of some kind for artists that want to either get into vending or get into galleries, and just kind of, because when I got into it, there's some like informational YouTube videos that artists that do it can give you kind of information. God damn it.
Busy man.
There's places you could go online where you can get bits of information, but there's no like actual like book or blueprint to show you like what the steps are of finding a gallery or finding your local art district or whatever, and like the people you have to talk to, or when you're trying to get into a venue, who the main people you're supposed to connect with, and what yours, because you've seen how my setup is over there at Beats Bodega. My shit's like I got like a system.
It's like a mini like showcase. Like you're showing off these ones, the big frames, as much as you're showing off the smaller ones, the pictures, the magnets, the stickers.
It's a whole thing of like knowing your
price ranges too, which is cool.
Right, like knowing your audience, having the options for, there's the bigger ones that are a little more, but of course that's not what everybody's able to do. So like creating product that's at a much lower price point, and then what are your profit margins, and what are you spending per item, and how you price it out, and then also finding product out there, like finding the places that you get your prints. How do you digitize your work, or you turn your work into something that you're going to be selling duplicates of for years to come? Like a lot of these, I created these, but I know the painting may be done, and even after the painting sells, I know I'm going to be making money off these prints for many years to come.
That white girl can sing, man. Cap.
Right?
Yeah, some vocals on her.
100%.
I'll have to get the Mac Miller one too.
Watch. Yeah, bro. What have you got?
You're gonna see me. You're gonna see my. I'll have a whole art wall. It's gonna be at least 5 of yours.
Hell yeah, bro.
I got like 3 different artists' pieces of art, but
God,
I'm gonna have to get some more of yours, bro.
I do too, and also like, so yeah, that's pretty much my main mission is to learn this business through and through, and kind of give the blueprint to whoever's willing to listen, but also more probably along the lines of what I spoke on before, to really speak to and be that push and that guiding light for, or just the inspiration for either addicts that just need to like find something to hone in on, and do something productive and turn it into a business of some kind, for people that are going through depression and anxiety, and allowing them to like find their light and allowing them to shine. Because I needed that, you know. Like I went to rehab, but that didn't necessarily fix me like when I was at my worst. But I knew if I just go back out into the world and I just get a regular 9 to 5 and just start collecting a check and paying bills, I'm most likely gonna end up back right where I was and using. That's kind of what put me in to using drugs in the first place, was working, killing myself for 9 to 5s that weren't genuine to me. I was working for somebody else, like helping them make their dreams come true, but not working on my own, and not using my creative outlet. So like when I got out of rehab, I was like, I asked my family if like, can I stay and like move back with my mom? Can I just stay here for a bit and just focus on my craft, get my art super crazy good, get onto galleries, start a business, start making money with it somehow? And they're like, yeah, just as long as you're not on the streets doing raggedy shit anymore, just focus on your art, focus on something positive. Like, we always wanted you to do your art. Like, we got your back. Whatever you need to do, just like focus on positive, focus on good. If you could start a business out of it, that'd be awesome. And like, they allowed me to do that. And I had to pour myself, getting off of drugs, I had to pour myself into something that I'm excited to wake up to every day, and not just get some regular 9 to 5 and get back to the grind and just collecting checks and paying bills. Like that's kind of what killed it all for me. So if I could be that guiding light for somebody that's in a similar situation like that, and they could realize, well, you know what, I'm kind of good at this. I'm kind of good at writing. I'm kind of good at acting. I'm kind of good at drawing and painting. I'm kind of good at writing music. But I'm kind of in this place. Let me just hone in on that and give this world something dope, because the world definitely needs it, you know.
And the world needs it. Yeah, I feel like that too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, the world needs more creativity.
Yeah, bro. Like, the more there is, and the more people can start being creative, the more creative, and the more people can start being more self-sufficient in the arts, like, just the better the world's gonna be.
Like, doing the right arts. Because there's some people that's consistent in arts, but
yeah,
some of the arts ain't too positive,
right,
and productive for a lot of other people,
right,
and their lifestyles,
right,
and how they live.
Yeah, there's some darkness.
There's some dark arts.
There's some darkness for sure, bro. All right, we're talking about the positive, the light, you know.
Before I ask you this last one, because I feel like you represent the brand very, very well. Shout out who you are and where we could find you. One more time.
So I'm Pourage Art. Pourage, like the oatmeal, POURAGE_art is my handle. Daniel Ortiz is my government. And there's an artist from Denver that just wants to share what I have. I'm a hip hop head at heart, so I'm really creating art that I want to see hanging on my walls, and what I think that other people might respond to as well. Right now, my bread and butter, we're at the Denver Art Society in Santa Fe, on Santa Fe in Denver, which is the main art district in Denver. And this is my bread and butter. This is my stomping grounds where I started this all. And I do events all over Denver, a lot of EDM shows, hip hop shows, that's where I met Eclipse, was doing my thing out there at a really dope spot that I used to hit up all the time and have my little setup, and that's how I make my income. But yeah, I'm just an artist in Denver, hip hop head at heart, just trying to get it out here at one painting at a time.
Again, tap in with Pourage Art if you don't, cause you represent the brand very, very well, which is new effort every day. That's my brand, healing through creativity, and that's how you make recovery. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, bro.
New effort every day into what you do and what you love.
Hell yeah, bro.
So what's your new effort every day?
My new effort every day? Right now, it's connecting with somebody new that I haven't before, or a new venture, or at least every single day get into like make an effort to network and get into a new space. Like I'm gonna try not to talk about it, but I'm seeing this really dope chick that's like motivating the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
So like we were talking about, that's another thing too. You got to surround yourself by positive people and people that want to nurture what you got going, that want to add to what you got going, and want to help you grow. Like that's another way to success too, is just surround yourself by the right people that are all doing dope shit, and you all like lean on each other and you all build each other up. So like I'm around people that do that for me, and like so now I'm getting my first t-shirts made. So now the process, because a lot of these EDM shows are, a lot of people want to buy merch there. Like they buy art and they buy prints. I do really well at a lot of them, but a lot of them people just want to get a dope t-shirt. So now I'm just expanding and getting to that side of the business, and so starting to have merch outside of just the art and the prints. And that was like a thing I just did last week. I was like, it's something we were talking about it, and then I just hit up my boy that I've been talking about doing shirts with for a while, and I came up with a design and just sent it to him, and now it's going. And then I found out about this new couple different art collectives, or like EDM collectives or music collectives, of doing after parties or new venues that I'm just hearing about. So every day, like reaching out to a number of people to try to get connected in some way. So that's my effort, is just like every day, okay, what haven't I done today? What's that show that I really want to get into for next month? Okay, who can I reach out to for that? So just every day, just plugging away, doing what I'm already doing, running the business, getting ready for the up and coming events that I have for that week, but then just spending a number of time just reaching out to people just to try to set up stuff in my future. So that's my main effort right now.
I like that.
And then do you want me to show you a couple of new pieces that I got?
Yeah, let's go.
So these are my latest. There's no prints of them yet. The prior there will be. This here. I'll show you this one first. So this is
that's nice.
The drippy, and then you get some B-roll to get some close-ups on it. But this is the drippy turtle, I guess you want to say. This is a series that I do that kind of started off with, let me see,
the hippo?
No, the elephant. So it started off first. This elephant was the first popular piece that I ever did. Like it sold out of the gallery. The second time I ever hung it in a gallery, like it sold right off the wall. And the idea was just, I was working on skin textures, and I was like, elephants have that rough, bumpy, like really cool texture to their skin, but it's like, it would be a very difficult thing to paint very well. But then I was like working on it, and I had this really dope, like big thing of purple paint that I wanted to use for something specific. And I was like, what would it look like if you took a big bucket of purple paint and just dripped it all over the elephant? Like, how would it cascade down it? And so I had to study bounce light and how paint would look like going over ripples, and just how to make it look dope. And so that was my first popular piece. And so I started a series of it where I did the elephant, I did the hippo, was the next one, because that one did so well. I've repainted that elephant like 4 different times by request. People just want a big one in their living room. So I did the hippo next. I did a rhino, and then now it's it's the turtle. Anytime I do them, I'm growing as an artist as I continue to do these events, and I paint live. So I'm continuously like pushing the limits and pushing my abilities. I want to be a way different, way doper artist in like even a couple years time from now. So I'm continuing just to like push it every time I work on a piece. And I'm liking how this is coming. I've been working on this one. I really started it like 2 years ago, but it was a different type of turtle and I wasn't feeling it. So I repainted over it just a few months ago, and now this is where it's at. It's getting close to it being done. But I'm pretty proud of this piece. I got some stuff that's going to be going on back here too a little bit, but so this is one of my latest. And then the one that I'm really proud of.
Turtle that you had before, like a snapping turtle?
No, I think it was like
one of them long neck turtles.
No, it was like it was more of like a tortoise, almost like a kind of like one of those Galapagos type of tortoises. But with the angle of its head, I just when you're making a painting, you gotta have like perspective. I started so long ago, I wasn't considering certain things. It's got to have like, you know, the perspective and the way you're seeing it on the canvas has to like guide your eyes to certain areas, and it has like there's a lot of like geometry almost that goes into a painting, even when you're doing landscapes. Where do the buildings guide your eyes?
To make it like 3D, to make it like pop out.
Yeah, and to guide you into the painting instead of you could do stuff the wrong way and it kind of literally makes you want to like look elsewhere. So I had to just like readjust the way I had it, and I just wasn't liking the configuration. But this one I landed on. I'm really hyped on this one. I got a number of people that already want prints of it. I got a couple people that are asking about the you know, about getting the original. So, but just working on it little by little. It's almost there. I just take my time. I don't rush my pieces. I kind of let them take as much time as they need before they're done. But this one's already sold. But the one I'm really hyped on is the Richard Pryor. So I'll be having prints of this guy come out soon. And you can't see it, but all his specials that he did, his movies, like anything significant that he did throughout his career is just in his hair. It's all over. It's something you gotta look close to see it, but it's all there where he grew up. All his movies that were bangers, all the movies that not many people know about, all his specials that everybody knows about, a little bit of his history with drug use is in there. So I like to put little Easter eggs in a lot of my work where you'll see the piece of the person when you look closer, parts of their life and their history and stuff we know of them is going to be embedded throughout the painting. So
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so this one I'm really hyped on. I got a number of people that want to print this, and the original's already. I don't sell the original typically that quick. I like to have it in a gallery for a little bit and get people's feedback. But like as I was working on this the homeboy Stefan was like, I need that. Like so he's got this. I gotta get it digitized and get prints made, and then it's going to him.
I could see Stefan buying that.
Oh, you know Stefan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's a good dude too.
He's the one that brought me out to Evergreen one time.
For real?
Mm-hmm, yeah. We did a show out there. Back when they was like, what's hip hop? But by the end of it, we had that show popping, and they were like dancing and stuff like that. I was like, oh yeah, I should come back out here. I was like, yeah.
Hell yeah. I've done a lot of stuff in Evergreen. I used to live in Evergreen, so I'm like connected with some people up there as well.
It's cool out there. It's a nice spot out there. I'm not gonna lie. And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like in the daytime.
And it's not super far.
Nah, it's not.
It's like 30, 45 minutes, and you could be there, be immersed in the mountains.
Yeah. And then still not be too far if you want to go back to the city. Like,
right.
Which, I don't know why you want to go back to the city if you're in the mountains, but that's your opinion. If you're in the mountains, I will stay in the mountains.
No, it was I lived there for 2 years. Kind of in the cut though, in this little area between like Morrison and Evergreen. But it was like a party town. It's kind of like part of where my drug addiction and all that started, because I was in a dope spot where I was living. I had my own place up there. It was like camping every day, but it was a lot of like my neighbors, a lot of younger kids, and there was a lot of shows right at Evergreen, just down, and Red Rocks right down the street, and almost damn near every day it was like a party. So for my own safety and for my safety,
so I gotta get out of here.
And the pace of it, it's cool. I think it's a better situation if you're older and you're looking to lay back and kick it. I was in my 20s
and grow weed. Oh my gosh, homeboy that grew weed out there was crazy. That's nice, and it was so fluffy and so squishy. I was just like, yeah,
there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
I had to get back down to Denver, but
thanks for being on here though. Shout out Pourage Art. Go at them. Go check out the Denver Art Society and support the movement. $20, $30, $40, $60, $70. I know y'all got some bread for it. Yeah, we'll buy weed for more. So.
And it's and I got a website too, Pourage, Pourage, Paints, PAINTS.com, where I have the bigger size. I have more merch on there and stuff soon, but I have everything you see here, and the large size is ready to go for a better price, a little bit than here, because it's the website. So
new effort every day. Coffee first.
First.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate you, bro.
This is nice though. I do like that one though. That's nice. And the turtle one.
Oh yeah, the turtle. That was good, bro.
Put your hand